Hey there YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with yet another collection pickup video. My last video ran kind of long, so I didn't have a chance to talk about my movie pickups. I'm gonna make a separate video with that. Uh, Summer's almost over, so everyone's getting rid of their DVDs. Apparently everyone is upgrading to Blu-ray or something because another insane week for movies, so... like always, I wanted to share my haul with you guys, and maybe you'll see something you wouldn't have seen before. So let's get started. First off, I picked up Grease, starring John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. This is actually a movie based on a Broadway musical. Here in Mexico, we also have had this musical going for a couple of years in the 80s. But it was called Vaselina, and it has that going for it. But the main reason that I picked it up, well, two reasons. The first one is because two of the songs in this are really catchy. I mean, I still, I hear them somewhere, and I still listen to them the whole way through. But also, this movie came out in 1978. Now, 1978 was an awesome year, so much so that it's in my YouTube username. But I'm actually trying to track down all the best movies that came out in 1978. So that's the second reason why I picked this movie up. Because I'm trying to complete that collection. But all in all, it's a good movie. Some of the songs are catchy, and John Travolta does give a good performance, as well as Olivia Newton-John. So, it's a good movie. Regardless of, the fact that it's a musical. But I kind of like musicals, so that's okay, I guess. Picked up Hot Tub Time Machine, the unrated version. Basically, four friends go to this mountain retreat and get insanely drunk in a hot tub, and then when they wake up, they find out that somehow they traveled back in time to 1986. So basically, they have a second chance to change their lives. It's a funny movie. It's not the funniest movie I've seen, but it's still pretty good. Picked up Bela Lugosi's White Zombie. As far as I know, this is the first ever zombie movie. It came out in 1932, the same year as The Mummy with Boris Karloff. But these aren't your modern day zombies that eat flesh or eat brains or everything. These are voodoo zombies. Bela Lugosi plays this magician called Murder. And he has this army of zombies basically working his sugar mine. And, he tries to get this girl under his power and everything. It's a slow movie. Not everyone would probably like it. And it is in black and white. You have to like that type of movie. I do, so that's why I love this movie. But Bela Lugosi's awesome in this. And, it has that... it's the first zombie movie, so I've been trying to track down this movie for a while, and really glad to finally add it to the collection. Picked up one of my favorite animes ever. Also love the manga. Lovehina Volume 4. If you've never read Lovehina or seen the anime, I would definitely suggest you check it out. It's about this guy that works at this kind of like apartment complex, and he has all these girls living there. But the main one is Naru, who's like the main love interest. Just a really, really cool manga. I would actually suggest you read the manga first, and then watch the anime, because the manga is freaking awesome. Definitely one of my favorite mangas of all time, and the anime is also pretty good. But definitely read the manga first. Picked up Knocked Up from the director of 40-Year-Old Virgin, starring Seth Rogen. A really good movie. Definitely as good as a 40-Year-Old Virgin. It stars, like Seth Rogen and Izzy from Grey's Anatomy, Katherine Hagel. Really cool movie. Definitely like it a lot. I already own this. I already own Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. I picked it up a few months ago, but it's only the 2-disc edition. I went to a swap meet, and for 35 pesos, which is like little over 250. I was able to find the extended edition, and the extended edition is just way better. It's a 4 disc edition, and it comes with, the Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers extended. Instead of being like 2 hours and a half, it's like 4 hours or something like that. Plus a whole bunch of special features and inserts and everything. Definitely, I would suggest you pick up the extended editions. They are way better, and I love the thing, and it's completely new. It's sealed and everything. So even though I already own it, I couldn't pass it up. It's just so freaking awesome. Picked up Gamer, starring Leonidas himself, Gerard Butler. Not a lot of people like this, but I like the concept of it. Basically, in the future, they have this like island full of criminals and everything, and in the future, I don't know, you plug into the PlayStation 4, and instead of controlling a video game character, you control one of the prisoners, and you play in this first-person shooter game. So people's lives are actually on the line, and it seems like something that could happen in the future. So, just by the concept alone, I really like the movie a lot. Picked up 28 Weeks Later, the sequel to 28 Days Later. Um, weeks after the outbreak, everything seems to be in control, but then the rage virus escapes and everything goes to hell again. Obviously, I like the first one a lot better. Unfortunately, something that happens with the sequel is that once they become popular, they do want to do more with the sequel, and it somehow ends up losing it. But all in all, it's still a pretty good movie. I just prefer the first one better. Picked up Airplane, to my knowledge, the first ever spoof movie. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I've heard. And it stars Leslie Nielsen, and it's basically, like those disaster movies on airplanes. Funny movie. Every time they put it on cable, I watch it because I just really, really like it. Funny movie, and I've been trying to track it down on DVD for a long time too. So really, really happy to get into the collection because it really is a funny parody movie. This video store next to my job, I don't like going there because it's kind of expensive, and all the movies have the Spanish titles. But they had a sale because it's Halloween coming up, so they had a sale on horror movies. And I've never seen the Wolfman on DVD. I've gone to Walmart, I've gone to Target, I've gone to Big Lots and everything. Blockbuster. No one seems to have the Wolfman, so they had this one on sale starring Lon Chaney Jr. Thankfully, it's in English, so that's a definite plus, and it has a documentary and everything. But the Wolfman is classic Universal monsters. I bought Frankenstein a little while ago, and I still need Dracula with Bela Lugosi, but the Wolfman is really cool. It has fog, it has atmosphere. It's not the jump scare of modern films or just the insane violence. It's a really, really cool movie. It's hard to describe. You would have to see it. But again, if you don't like black and white movies, you probably won't like this. But if you love horror movies and you're curious about how the whole genre began, I'll definitely give The Wolfman a check. It's really, really cool in my opinion. And I just love the Universal horror. Picked up a Mexican horror movie that came out in the 60s. It's called Hasta El Viento tiene miedo. It's about these girls that live in this girls' school, and they see ghosts and they see visitings and hauntings and everything, and they find out that years ago a girl killed herself, so her ghost is haunting everything. It's a really atmospheric. It's a really it's not like again, not the jump scares. It sets up the mood, and it's kind of like it's again really cool movie. And it's a Mexican movie, so yeah, we make good horror after all. So definitely, I would suggest you give it a try. Like I said, if it's the more suspense horror than the flat out scares, but still, all in all, a creepy movie. Definitely really cool. Picked up Charlotte's Web, the animated edition, because in 2000 or 90s I think there was a live action. But I remember seeing this when I was a kid, and I thought it was cool. So I decided to pick it up, Charlotte's Web. Uh, Halloween is close by, so you might see that I pick up a lot of horror movies, but I picked up the Amityville Horror, the 1979 edition. Your basic haunted house. A family moves into this house, and the walls start to bleed. The dad goes insane. Uh, there's a remake with Ryan Reynolds. I might track that one down, but I want to see this one first because, like I said, Halloween is around the corner, and I need to get my Monster Madness on. Picked up Point Break, starring Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze. Keanu Reeves starts as an FBI agent that is trying to track down these bank robbers who are just happen to be surfers. He joins the group and he starts to, become one of them. So now he's conflicted between doing his job as a cop or following these adventure seekers. Really good movie. They actually referenced this in Hot Fuzz, the guys that made Shaun of the Dead. So I just had to pick it up because I do remember it was a really cool movie back when it came out. So yeah. And the last movie I picked up is the last good movie, in my opinion, of M. Night Shyamalan. Signs. Loved The Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense was awesome. Loved Unbreakable, mostly because it talked about comic books. Signs, that's where things started getting kind of weird for M. Night Shyamalan. I mean, seriously, these aliens can master can master space travel, and they're vulnerable to water and to bats, and they can't open doors. Like, seriously. But still a relatively creepy movie. But like I said, after this one, things just went downhill for Shyamalan. But oh well. But yeah, that was the collection pickup video. Just hours and hours of entertainment. And it happens in summer. A lot of people get rid of their DVDs that they don't want. But for a movie collector, that's the best time of the year because you pick up a lot of really cool stuff. Like always, you know me, I like to make recommendations on the standout gems of the haul. So I'm gonna go old school, like really, really old school. I'm gonna recommend The Wolfman. If you like horror, you have to see where everything started, and Universal and their monsters are basically what gave way to all the horror movies nowadays. So I'm gonna go with The Wolfman by Lon Chaney Jr. and I'm gonna go also with White Zombie with Bela Lugosi. So yeah, these two are my favorite of the whole pickups. But like always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and until I see you again, this is Vargas XX78 signing off.